Here's a couple more examples of solving linear equations. Once again, we can see that the highest power of x over here, and there's another example here, the highest power of k is equal to 1. Not as straightforward as previous examples we've done, so let's just go bit by bit. Left hand side, right hand side, we've got to make sure that they always balance, so whatever we do to one side we do to the other. And our first strategy is to try and get all the terms containing the unknown all over together by themselves on one side, and then all the numbers on the other side. We can see that we've got some 2 outside of x plus 1, we've got some x's here and x's here. So we can't do anything as it stands until we remove the brackets. So we've got to multiply this 2 out using the distributive law, and we get 2x plus 2 when we multiply both terms by 2 is equal to 3x minus 8. Now, it's up to you to decide which side you're going to put the x's on. You can always put them on the left hand side, and if you'd be prepared to get some negative x's, well, that's going to be fine. You just divide by negatives. I don't like dividing by negatives, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all my x's on the right hand side, because there's more positive ones, more positive x's on the right hand side than there are here. So if you've got positive 3x and a positive 2x, there are more positive ones over there. If this was minus 3x here, I would bring all the x's over there so we get the more positives on this side. But these are both positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the x's on the right hand side and all the numbers on the left. So let's just do it bit by bit. So we're going to get x's on the right. So I've got to get rid of that and take it over to the other side. So we're going to take 2x from both sides, getting all the x's on the right hand side. So plus 2x minus 2x is 0, so we're just left with this plus 2 or 2 now. And 3x minus 2x is just equal to 1x or x, and we get x minus 8. Now, if we're getting all the x's on the right hand side, we've got to get rid of this minus 8 because we want the numbers on the left. So the way to get rid of a minus 8 is to add 8. If we add 8 there, we add 8 that side. We're doing the balancing trick. One thing with your setting out, if you could try and do, is just put equals under equals. Just get them lined up going down the page. Minus 8 plus 8 is 0, so you get x plus 0 or just x, and 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. So there's our answer. There's the value of x. It's the only value of x that makes this equation true. We should do a check. And we've got left hand side, write down what it is, 2 open bracket, x plus 1 equals 2. We now substitute, instead of that x, we're going to put 10. And 10 plus 1, we do brackets first. 10 plus 1 is 11, times 2 is 22. The right hand side, we're hoping it's going to be 22 when we work it out, is 3x minus 8, which is 3 times, now x is 10, minus 8. 3 tens are 30, minus 8 is 22. So here is my answer. X equals 10. Some way to highlight your answer, either put a box around it, write the word A and S next to it, underline it, do something so that your answer is pretty clear to see. Okay, so there's one example. Here's another one. We've got k minus 2 on 3 plus 4 equals 2k. Once again, we've got k's on both sides and we've got fractions going on and whole numbers. So another common strategy is to get rid of the fraction. Get rid of any fraction, or if we've got more than one denominator, if we had something on 3 and then something on 5, multiply every term right through by something we'd get rid of. If we had 3 and 5, it would be multiplying by 15. Here we only have to get rid of 3. So the way to do it is that every term has got to be multiplied by 3. So we've got k minus 2 on 3. We're going to multiply that by 3. Plus, we've got to multiply this term by 3. and we've got to multiply that term by 3. And I'll put the 3's at the front. So we've multiplied every term by 3 to get rid of this, because it's a bit yucky having to work with fractions when we're trying to solve equations. Now we multiply that 3 because that gets rid of that, and we're just left with k minus 2. 3 times 4 is 12, equals 3 times 2k is 6k. So my next step is to get all the variables, in this case it's the k, all terms containing k to one side. Now I've got positive 6k and positive 1k, so I'm going to get all of them where there's most positives, and there are most positives here. So I'm going to take k from this side and I'll take k from that side, so my balance is maintained. K minus k is 0, so I've got negative 2 plus 12. That's the only thing that's left now on the left hand side. And 6k minus 1k is 5k. But what is minus 2 plus 12? Well, that's 10, or positive 10 equals 5k. How do I get k by itself? That's a multiply 5 times k, so I divide by 5. The opposite of multiplying by 5 is to divide by 5. If I do it to that side, I do it to that side. 5 and 5 once, 5 and 5 once, so I'm left with k on the right hand side, 5 into 10 goes 2. Once again, we should check. Left hand side equals k minus 2 on 3 plus 4 equals, now we're going to put k equals 2, so we've got 2 minus 2 over 3 plus 4. 2 minus 2 is 0. You can have 0 on the top, you can't have 0 on the bottom. So 0 over 3, 0 over anything is 0. So all that term is 0 plus 4, so that's equal to 4. Right hand side is equal to 2k equals 2. Now there's a multiply between those two. 2 times 2 equals 4. Correct. So there is my answer.